The dog growls and bares its teeth at you in a wide, unsettling grin. You swear you see a worm. The dog growls and bares its teeth at you in a wide, unsettling grin. You swear you see a worm emerge from its grey-pink gums, then burrow back in.
Come closer. I dare you.
He sniffs. He snarls.
I am death. There's no defying me.
The dog's growls intensify and transform into a rhythmic rasp that mimics laughter. You swear you see the ground behind him momentarily churn and tremble.
Do not mock me. You know what lies beneath. But I will not allow you another step closer, human. Can has already laid claim. Ha! She calls herself master. I call her minion. Whatever name you choose, it is her hand that will wield it, not yours.
The dog raises its head to the stormy sky and howls. The earth beneath you vibrates, a dirge plucked on the strings of a rotting lute.
Necrotic troll, you are summoned. Crawl through the gate. The earth opens for thee.
Or perhaps both.
You scrape your finger along the statue and note the dust that coats it. It's haunted this tomb for some time, it seems.
Human graves. Let's hope none are earmarked for me.
The lizard hums tunelessly. Not a melody exactly, but more of a meandering moan.
10 spans under, humans slept. 10 spans up, the dwarves were kept. Lizards burned in lasting flame. Elven trees towards skies did aim. Keeping watch, tending graves.
She flinches as you move closer.
No, no touching.
Her humming fades. The eerie silence lasts for several seconds.
Ryker might get mad. He doesn't like it when someone touches his things. No work. I do it 'cause I like it. Don't cause trouble. Just dig and pluck weeds and shoo the ravens.
She shivers and whispers.
He's a powerful sorcerer. Lives here in the garden. Can take the you from you. No brain, just body. My mind isn't big, but it's still mine.
She points at her head.
The servants, they got nothing up there. Ryker has it all now. They need to be freed. Only way, kill Ryker. The servants, so lost, chained by Sorcerer Ryker, but they can still go home to the hall. Set them free.
The ensuing silence lasts for several seconds, until she picks up the melody once again and turns away. As you reach to push open the heavy door, the coils and whirls of engraved wood dance into a new pattern. The semblance of a face arises, a face that seems to look right through you.
Why are you here? Tell me, and mind that you tell me true.
You remember Roost telling campfire tales of a lone wolf who lived in a graveyard, in a mansion protected by talking doors. Ryker his name was, if you recall correctly. And from the tales Roost told, he sounded like a lunatic. Silence greets your answer. In the distance, you hear the screech of an eagle. Worryingly closer, you hear some kind of a moan. Time passes. At last, the lips on the door creak open, and the door speaks.
Enter.
The face melts back into the wood of the door, and the whirls swirl back into a floral pattern. A loud metallic click can be heard from deep within.
Ryker's place. Only a madman would build a mansion on the edge of a graveyard.
The spirit gives you a tortured glance, then turns away to stare at nothing in particular. As you approach, the salamander turns its head away, twisting its snout into the air. It refuses to even look in your direction.
A visitor. Such a rare and exquisite pleasure.
The elf tilts his head backwards, but his squinted eyes don't stray from yours.
Call me Ryker, and I shall call you Ifan, yes? Such fortune that a fellow lone wolf would cross my path purely by chance. Why, the stories are legendary, my good man. As you must have known of me from lupine tales, so do I know of you. Any lone wolf would recognize the silver claw on sight. To meet you is a great honor. I suspect you know yourself by yet another name, however. Godwoken. Oh, Ifan, your reputation surely precedes you. Do you suppose you pass through this land unnoticed? I also see you are not yet whole.
He presses a slender forefinger against his tight lips and hums.
I'm not a generous man, but I could give you what you seek if you offer something in return. A fair exchange between one wolf and another. Let's not be so secretive, my good fellow. You're dying to show off those smoldering talents of yours. You just don't know how to handle them. I can help you with that. I can share my bond with the source with you, fill your well to the brim, make you a master. The rest of the story, well, it's yours to write. You are cautious, an admirable quality in a wolf. I, too, have difficulty with trust. However, my requirements are very simple. You go to the Black Pits, to a cavern there. In it, you'll find a stone tablet of considerable value.
He points to the location on your map.
Bring it to me.
Dizziness. It lasts just a moment, but long enough for you to feel your god's presence. You hear no words, yet understand. It's imperative you accept Ryker's bargain. The episode passes. Ryker is peering at you intently. He awaits your reply.
It's a miracle of the ancients. Priceless, really, and powerful enough to draw the Magister's attentions. I won't bore you with further detail. Suffice it to say, it is safer in my hands than in theirs.
Ryker's lips stretch and his cheeks bulge, but you couldn't rightly call his unusual grimace a smile.
I'm a man of taste, as you no doubt see. A relic this significant would make an incredible addition to my collection. Don't deny an old wolf his simple pleasures. A promise you'd best fulfill.
Ryker bows his head deeply.
Then you'll have the power you seek, if not the power that trumps it. There will always be one greater, you know. Now please, don't let me keep you. Tarquin. Ah, that must be the fellow I found snooping in unwanted places. There are some types, deceitful types, that don't deserve to be among a place of such treasure. He doesn't appreciate what the dead can do for us, my friend.
He turns the back of his hand towards you and waves it back and forth, nudging you away.
Do be sure to see yourself out. These tomes demand my attention.
I hear something scurrying around.
You, apple tater cheese.
The rat's tail twists and untwists. His ears cock and uncock.
Cheese food, fruit food. Can't talk, hungry.
The rat's tail.
Food.
The turtle looks up at you, slowly. It looks down, slowly. It looks back to you, slowly.
Lucky in life, unlucky in love.
She lets loose a long sigh. She inhales. She sighs again.
Rory, the rat. He's just over there. Don't blink, or he'll flit right past. Like a rat. Please, Grace. I'm gruel. I'm too slow to give him smooches. And he's so smoochable. If only I could keep up. I could groan sweet things in his little ears. I could tell him I love him. I could share my beats. I like beats. Oh, how kind. But I don't like butter. You could try carrot juice or some kind of nectar. The rats like nectar. Maybe cheese juice. Is there such a thing as cheese juice? Oh, that's too bad. Because
She grins at her own joke. It takes a good minute for her mouth to reach a full smile.
This love is love.
Love is in the air. Used to be the ladies. Was there one day and wasn't the next. Ryker now, nice guy, gives me beats. I like beats. May the soil under your...
Cremation pyre. Fire to ash. Ember to flame.
It's hard not to feel some pride in reptilian engineering. I watched an elf spend hours trying to force his way into a lizard's chest. Eventually, he threw it into the flames. But still it sits there, indestructible. He did not leave empty-handed, unfortunately. I pity the poor salamander that he dragged back to his ghastly home.
You have done me a great service, friend. Now, the Hall of Echoes beckons.
The chest before you is wreathed in flame, but doesn't seem to be actually burning. The flames dance above the ancient pictograms depicting lizards and the ancient empire. You lean in to examine the images further, but are driven back by the intense heat of the flames. The chest before you is covered in old ancient empire pictograms. You hear a deep rumbling from inside the chest, and a voice emerges. It hisses and clicks at you in the old tongue, your people's ancient language.
This chest recognizes Consul Zara as master. Speak her words or return me to the flames. This chest does not answer the questions of fools. Speak the words of Consul Zara or return me to the flames. If Consul Zara is beyond speaking her words, then...
The chest before you is covered in old ancient... You hear a deep rumbling from inside the chest, and a voice emerges. It hisses and clicks, but doesn't make any sense. The chest responds with more hissing. It's a language, but you don't understand it. Given the pictograms, you assume it's an ancient lizard tongue.
Nice.
A melee took place here, with House of Shadows assassins from the looks of it. I dread a dream undone. This spirit, it beckons to me. A lone witness to the carnage that must have happened here. I must speak with it. There is an urgency in its bearing that cannot be denied.
The Red Prince addresses the lizard spirit. He turns out to be a dreamer, long dead, who speaks archaically and sings in a truly ancient tongue.
Rav Mudon, Anan Eket, Vetu Duran.
Like a lullaby, the melody lulls them both to sleep until, with a start, the Red Prince wakes once more.
My word. Even I, not in my wildest, most demon-lusting dreams, could have guessed a destiny such as this. A tale too preposterous to be believed, and yet so ultimately, so undeniably true once told. The race of lizards, all of us, we were dragons once. Great red dragons. Somehow, eons ago, we withered. We shrank, our wings shriveled. Never more to be the majestic creatures we once were. Until now. I am to be the father of dragons, and she, the Red Princess, is to be the mother. I've told you about her, haven't I? The secret of my soul. All my life I thought she was but a dream within a dream, but she is real. She is here. And I must go to her. To think she awaits me even now, no more than a walk away. Come, we must move north at once. Dying indeed. We mustn't forget the House of Shadows continues to hunt us. The dreamer I met only managed to elude them by escaping bodily into the dream realm, never to return. Sacrifices are being made in our names, mine and hers, so that we may sire dragons. I intend to prove worthy of these sacrifices.
The Red Prince turns to thank the spirit for its aid. The old soul concludes its melody, and with it, its stay upon this world. This grave marker is old. Whatever name was once carved upon it is no longer legible. You recognize the dog from the town square in Driftwood. The wounds from his spiked collar are healing well.
Oh, hi! How are you? I'm good. Hey, do you smell that? It smells like the fish place, doesn't it? Like fish, only, worse. Okay, bye!
Time and the elements have left this grave marker illegible.
Look out. I see a trap nearby.
If graves you dig, I'll warn you now. Beware the creak and then the click. Then comes the bang, then comes the bang. Close your eyes and listen.
The spirit's memories play out before you in darkest black. The sound alone relates the tale. A self-styled archaeologist, some would call you a grave robber, you found the grave of Baron Wilmart Hogg IV. Your footsteps crunch light upon the gravel as you approach the tomb. You know that Hogg was avaricious, paranoid, and cruel, and you yourself value the first of these two traits most highly. You ease your way up to the grave and run your hand around the lid, searching for a trap. You find nothing. The wind whispers in the trees, and the grass rustles quietly. You slide the lid open with a creak. Click. Uh-oh, you think. Bang. The silence of the night is rent with a sound of screaming. You're screaming as you burn to death.
Commiserations, he says. I knew the risks. If graves you'd open, beware the... I have only one regret. I didn't get the loot. I didn't get the loot. First creak, click, bang.
Careful. I spotted a trap. What's this? I found something. I've spotted something.
The headless statue looms over you. Its plinth bears the same rotation scratches as its counterpart. The plinth of the statue bears a series of... You cringe at the sound of stone grating against stone. You cringe at the sound of stone grating against stone. You cringe at the sound of stone grating against stone.
I've spotted something.